Chapter 4. It was Andy all along. The morning after Andy's revelation, you rush into Finn's studio and find him with a fabric measuring tape between his teeth, tracing some lines and a pencil over a swath of fabric. Visiting me again so soon? I'm honored. I wish this was just a social call, but I figured something out last night. I thought you'd want to hear it in person. Okay, suddenly feeling less honored and more nervous, but okay, lay it on me. I did some digging into those tabloids that tanked the start of your career, and guess who took their incriminating pics? You hold out your phone, Finn glances at the article you have open, your screen zoomed in on the attributions at the bottom. And percent. Who's Andy? That's been his private gamer tag for as long as I've known him. Finn's jaw tenses with an effort. He hands the phone back to you. So he took the photos that ruined my life. Yeah. And he was lying to me the whole time. I never knew he was doing tabloid work back then. He'd always say a shoot ran long, or he was getting dinner with a client. If I'd known he was snapping paparazzi pictures to ruin people's reputations. That's not on you, Lee. It's on him. And he's going to pay for it. Finn turns back to his work table and begins sketching lines across the fabric with renewed energy. He'll be at the gala later this week, I assume? Yep, a few people from Flair got invites, Sasha included. Even better. I'm sure we can find an opportunity to humiliate him. I like this new, more vindictive Finn. And while we're poking holes in Andy's career, I also need to focus on mine. If my coverage on the gala isn't up to Sasha's standards, she's taking me off the Fashion Week piece. So, I've got 2 days to prep for this gala with everyone who's anyone in fashion. That means 2 days to focus on embracing the third C. Confidence. Confidence. How exactly do I do that? He sets the fabric aside and turns to face you, spreading his hands. It's easier than it sounds. You don't need to feel confident, to act confident. Confidence is in your posture, your expression, your voice. He stands up tall, not stiff, but still imposing, keeping his expression relaxed as his words echo through the studio. You stand up a bit straighter, trying to mimic his stance. I can totally handle this gala? Shouldn't be a question, Lamb. Should be a statement, and your voice is still feel steadier if you project from here. He steps up behind you and gently wraps his arms around your waist, linking them at the top of your stomach. Breathe against my hands, just like that. That's where I want you projecting from, your diaphragm. You inhale slowly, letting your diaphragm expand against the warm, firm pressure of his embrace. And this time, as you exhale, you let your words ring out loud and clear. I can totally handle this gala. He chuckles, the vibration echoing through his chest to you until he finally steps away. Perfect. But I'm afraid that the other tip I have is going to sound cliché coming from a designer. Let me guess. Dress with confidence. Exactly, but I had a specific look in mind. He darts deeper in his studio, wheels at a mannequin clad in gleaming, elegant dress. I put something together for you last night. Guaranteed to impress anyone at the gala, royalty included. Will there be royalty there? Oh yeah, at least one princess, guaranteed. Gala glam. That certainly is a dress. I love it, but how do you know it's going to fit me? I don't. Just took a stab at your measurements. He gestures towards a changing screen along one side of the room. I was hoping you'd be kind enough to try it on. Well, if Finn Diamonds is insisting... Ducking behind the screen, giving you total privacy, but stripping down to your underwear in Finn's workspace just feels intimate. You slip into the dress, but it's hard to tie the halter top without the help of a mirror or another pair of hands. Finn, could I get a hand? Of course. You step out from behind the changing screen and gesture towards the loose piece of halter top and then turn around. His hands brush over the back of your neck, raising goosebumps on your skin as he fiddles with the halter. Almost there. He steps back, his hands falling away from you, and you do a slow spin. Thanks for the help. I just hope I can do your work justice. Finn arches an eyebrow and laughs warmly, admiration shining in his eyes. You already have. You're a vision, Lee. Let's hope everyone else at the gala agrees. 2 days later, you step out of the limo and on the steps of an imposing museum. Cameras begin to flash as Finn steps up beside you. Mr. Diamonds, are you excited for your first NY Fashion Week? I never thought I'd say this, but forget Fashion Week. Who is the stunning specimen you arrived with? I have a name. I'm a specimen now. The reporter holds out her microphone and all the photographers and their cameras turn to focus on you. This is Lee Sachs with Flair, a name you'll all want to remember. High praise. Who are you wearing, Miss Sachs? Diamonds, of course. I wouldn't wear anyone else. And may I just say, you wear it beautifully. She does. You glance over to see Finn smiling proudly. You lift your chin a little higher and give the cameras one more dazzling smile. Just trying to do his vision justice. You and Finn make it past the press and up the stairs to the building's entrance, where a doorman awaits. Names, please. Bond. James Bond. Finn, Diamonds. Lee Sachs. The man scans a list on his phone, nods politely to Finn, and then frowns. You're good to go in, Mr. Diamonds, but I'm afraid you aren't on the guest list. What? You must have gotten my name wrong. It's Lee Sachs. Sound it out. No, I got that. You just aren't here. But Sasha Williams specifically added me to the list. I got an email confirmation and everything. Then it hits you and you turn to Finn and murmur. Unless someone with a grudge manually took me off the list. Someone named Andy Miller. You stand there torn between fury and helplessness until Finn hooks an arm through yours. He turns back to the doorman with a smile. Ah, I know where we went wrong. Miss Sachs was supposed to be marked down as my +1. Did I hear that right? My people must have checked the wrong box, or maybe your people unchecked it. But as you can see, we're both here. Of course, so sorry for the mix-up. Please enjoy your evening. Finn whisks you into what looks like a literal museum, but the moment you're out of earshot from the doorman, he pauses. Sorry to spring that on you, I'm not trying to presume anything, it just seemed like the fastest way to... No, right, good idea. I'm not suggesting we act like an item. You know, deal for your journalistic integrity, but are you okay being my informal date? Of course. I wish you'd act me sooner. Finn blinks and then smiles bloom from over his sculpted features. It's one of the few times you've ever seen him caught off guard. I'll try to remember that the next time we need to get you to an elite event sans invite. He offers you his arm, and once you take it, he guides you through a pair of double doors. You step into a glittering ballroom where New York's elite mingle with a fashion elite from all over the world. I'm working on this new line for Versace, like nothing else you've ever seen. Don't be such a tease. Tell us the theme, at least. And among all the new faces, you also see... Lee? Yeah, kiss my ass, I got in. And Mr. Diamonds. Hello. Surprised to see me, Andy? I did have an invite. Of course, I just thought, stop mumbling and just say hi like a normal person. It's not hard. Excuse me? So nice to see you both. We'd hate to interrupt. As Finn leads you away, you lower your voice to a whisper. Andy definitely took me off the guest list. Did you see his face when he saw me? I agreed, but I also enjoyed the expression when Taylor talked back to him. I too agreed this. I think our little chat back in the fabric store is paying off. Good, because now I am extra motivated to make that piece of slime miserable. As you move through the space, a woman in a sleek blue dress makes a beeline towards you both. Finn Diamonds, I was hoping you'd be here. Love your latest evening wear series. Thank you. This is Lee, with flair. Lee, this is... Oh, you must be one of Sasha's senior writers. How do you like the fall color forecast? Does it seem on trend? Beside you, Finn silently mouths a word. Confidence. I have total faith in our forecast. In some of the colors you're hearing about surprise you. Just wait. In a few months, they'll be on every runway. Where has Sasha been hiding this one, Finn? No, where have you been hiding her? I've been doing my best to bring her out of hiding. Then it's a good thing you did. I'll be looking for your work in the next issue. Thanks. As she sweeps away through the crowd to greet another guest, you turn to Finn. Who was that and why did she look so familiar? Probably because you've seen her on TV, or with her husband on the red carpet, that one superhero guy. There's a lot of those. You're gonna have to be more specific. Wait, that was... Oh, it's Margarette. There's my favorite designer. You are way too kind to the competition, but it's good to see you too. Ali, may I present Princess Margarette Thorne of Dracovia. Finn did tell me there would be royalty here, but wow, it's an honor to meet you. Are you kidding me? The honor's all mine. I recognize Diamond's work when I see it. She gestures for you to do a spin and you oblige. You both look stunning, and if we're being honest, glowing. I never thought I'd see Finn bring a date to one of these. Finn laughs and rubs his neck, shooting a glance at you. Well, it's, you shouldn't presume too much. Margarette. Actually, you can presume as much as you want. Finn clears his throat, looking half surprised, half delighted as Margarette laughs. I know women love doing that shit. You like throwing men off balance. Oh, I like you. And don't worry, whatever this is exactly, I won't go spreading any gossip. Just promise you'll enjoy yourselves, okay? Always. Margarette sweeps away, but before you have a chance to unpack any of that with Finn, he's swarmed by other guests. Finn, any teasers you can give us? We've all been looking forward to your NYFW collection. No spoilers. I'm sure he's going to dazzle us all. I hope to, but I'd rather show you than tell you what I've been cooking up. I knew there was a lot of pressure around Fashion Week, but wow, these people live for it. As Finn tactfully tries to redirect his swarm of admirers, you see Andy shamelessly smoozing. Hi, Mr. Mayor. I don't believe we've met. Andy neglecting his date. A classic Andy move that you've experienced countless times. Daima? Have you seen Andy anywhere? He asked me to get drinks and then he vanished. Last time I saw him, he was trailing after Sasha, or maybe the mayor. Hang on, Andy's boss is here? Oh, I wonder if Dima knows about his tabloid history. Or did he skim past that on his resume for flair the same way he never told me? Listen, when you look like that, you actually don't look that attractive. Like, her face just falls hard when she's mad. There's only one way to find out. You stroll over to Dima, who gives you a cordial nod. Hey, Dima, can I ask you something? Like, her face seems to get twice as long. If it's about Andy, I just wish I could fire him for being a total jackass, but your personal lives aren't technically flair business. I was actually wondering... What made you hire him? Did he apply with a ton of experience, or... He had photography experience on those college papers, some ones you wrote on, but mostly we hired him for his eye. So no mention of a sidekick. Interesting. Thanks, I was just curious. And because of integrity and whatnot, yeah, no, they'll... I wouldn't say fire him, but they might. He darted away from Dima and to rejoin Finn, who was temporarily escaping his swarm of fashion devotees. There you are. Sorry for the mob back there. Apparently everyone wants spoilers when it's your first year at Fashion Week. While you were dodging the rumor mill, I had a chat with Andy's boss. She has no clue he's ever done paparazzi work. Interesting. How would she feel if we had solid proof of his sordid history? That's exactly what I'm wondering. That leaves both of you with a lot to mull over as a silvery chime echoes through the room. Staff members appear to escort you all to dinner tables. And where you're faced with seemingly endless array of cutlery. Finn, why are there so many forks here, and why are they so tiny? So people who can afford 5-course meals can pretend they're better than those of us who were born with silver spoons in our mouths. Or without. Just eat with confidence, and when in doubt, start with the outside and work your way in. The first dish mercifully comes with its own tiny spoon, but the next... Second course, I'm gonna need a fork for you. Remember, outside fork. You pick it up and delicately slice into whatever this food is. Everyone around you continues chatting, but you hear a familiar voice. That's the writer from Flair I told you about, see? She'd fit right in at a royal dinner. Oh. Bertrand! More of a natural than some other New Yorkers I've met. Thanks. I think only 3 more courses to go. Despite the molecular gastronomy of it all, it is a good meal, only some people just don't seem to appreciate it. It's because they're rich, stuffy people. Excuse me, waiter, my drink is lukewarm. You mean your water, sir? Yes, get me some ice. And why are you touching my plate? Just clearing it, sir, so you can enjoy the palate cleanser? And he gives the waiter one more glare, but allows him to scurry away with said plate. Real Jim with the service employees, isn't he? You nod, just as your eyes land on a small placard set in front of everyone's plates, announcing their food preferences for the main course. Hang on, one of the entrees is deconstructed salmon? Emphasis on deconstructed. They molecular gastronomy things never look like what's on the label. Why? Because he hates salmon. Can't touch it. Can't stand it. Oh my god, I hate him even more now. Wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Give him a taste of his own medicine. Yes. Can you distract Andy while I swap out his entree card? Happily. As more waiters bustle around the table, Finn rises and heads for one of his statues surrounding the room. You over there, Miller, right? Yes, you can call me Andy. I got a bet going with a friend about whether this is real or imitation. Thoughts? Andy rises from his own table to join Finn, and among the bustle of the waitstaff, you sneak over to Andy's spot. How are you enjoying your first Ferrero Gala, Taylor? I love it, Miss Williams. It was so exciting to get an invite. While Taylor's likewise distracted, you lean over to swipe Andy's card. Now I just need one that says salmon. Find an emptier table and reach for one of the placards. Excuse me, can I help you? No, you can't. Go away. An imposing woman, who you presume to be the meal's chef, stares at you over her armful of silver platters. I'm trying to screw with my shitty ex. You know, that man who's been hassling your employees all night. He also blew up my life a few weeks ago. And this relates to the meal cards. How He hates salmon, as in hates it so much it makes him sick. Okay, get back to your seat. My people will handle the rest. Thank you. You make it back to your table. Just as Finn returns, he takes a long swig from his glass of champagne. Please tell me that'll work, because it took all my willpower not to dump a bottle of champagne over that asshole's head. I got us an ally who's taking care of everything. The waiters begin serving the main course, sliding plates of colorful, artfully deranged food in front of each guest. Finn tucks into his, but you can only manage one bite of yours, fixing your gaze on Andy's table. Here you go, sir, your entree. Andy's new meal. Hope he likes it. Just as advertised, the food is deconstructed. Andy has no way to know that he's biting in a salmon as he scoops up a piece of pinkish mousse and takes a bite. Dude, how do you not smell salmon? I can smell salmon across the street. Seriously. This is incredible. How's yours, babe? Fine, it's just... He swallows, and as the taste lingers on his palate, he goes pale. Is yours fishy? Be a shame if you died. What? No, I got the steak. Andy takes a swig of water, but it doesn't help with the taste. He pushes the plate away. Andy, please tell me you are not so inconsiderate as to have a stroke at the Ferraro Gala. No, I need a moment to, catch my... Actually, I had another question for you, Andy. Good move, Finn. Keep him squirming in the spotlight. A friend told me about the Onyx Pro shoot. It's overrated, but I saw you using one of the test shoot until its demise. Andy's eyebrow twitches, he swallows hard and nods. Yes? So do you think they're even worth all the hype? I would still recommend them. He's rapidly turning a shade of green. Sweat breaks out on Andy's brows. He wipes his mouth. Everything okay, Andy? Normally you love lecturing random bystanders about cameras on the street, subway, so why so quiet now? Andy takes another swig of water. Salmon, however, is very persistent flavor, so of course it doesn't help. I am just collecting my thoughts. Maybe a bit of fuel would help. You've barely touched your meal. Is the food here not up to your high standards, Mr. Miller? Sasha pointedly arches an eyebrow, and you hear murmurs from the other guests. Pitching a fit over a Michelin-worthy meal. Oh gosh. Some people just don't appreciate the good things in life when they have them. Some people wouldn't know manners if they were dancing in front of said individual in a wool sweater. No, not at all. It's fine. To prove it, he scoops up another piece of what you know to be salmon, inhales, and then takes another bite. So good. Can I try, babe? She leans over with her own fork and scoops up a big mouthful. As her fork wafts the food near his face, he looks like he is about to pass out. Never thought I'd say thank you to Taylor, but... Hang on, babe. Is that salmon? And he clutches his mouth and leaps to his feet, his chair scraping loudly across the stone floor. Excuse me, I'll be right back. He springs out of the room as other guests gasp and mutter in his wake. What's wrong with him? What isn't wrong with him is the easier question. No idea. My apologies. Couldn't have happened to a nicer person. Karma does exist, just remember that. If that was anyone else, I'd feel sorry for him, but considering the circumstances... He lifts his glass and you clink yours against it. Good riddance to Andy. Thanks for the help. He smiles and gently bumps his shoulder against yours. I'll always help. Happy to be your partner in crime. Although I like to think of it more as justice than crime. Whatever you want to call it, I'm just glad we're in it together. You know, I could say so many puns, but I'm not going to. The rest of the dinner is uneventful, but after a tiny but delicious dessert, you follow the rest of the guests into a grand ballroom. A live band strikes up a tune, and as people begin pairing off on the dance floor, you look at Finn. So, what do we do now? Dodge more questions about your show? No, now we dance. He holds out a hand, and the moment you take it, he whisks you onto the dance floor. Finn rests one hand on your waist and holds your other in his. Small problem. I've danced in plenty of clubs, but my education did not include ballroom dance lessons. Neither did mine, but it's easier than it looks. Half it is following the 3-count rhythm. On the other half is about confident posture, chin up, back straight, and let your body flow. Confidence. Of course. Two of you begin to sway to the music, but the more you move, the harder it is to stay poised. I'll stumble, stand still, keep my back straight. Taking a deep breath, you remember Finn's advice about confidence earlier this week, and his advice now. You keep your back straight and try to follow the music like you were born to do it. Look at those two move. Other guests give you approving smiles as you sashay past them and glance at Finn. Not bad for my first waltz, right? He holds you a little closer, smiling softer. Not bad at all. All you needed was a little confidence. As the band plays on, you sway together in a warm, gleaming ballroom. To your left, the guy who might be the mayor has terrible footwork. Is he the mayor? Could not tell you for the life of me, but his suit is Versace, bespoke, of course. That'll be good for my notes. Fashion power mingling at the Ferrero Gala. He laughs warmly, and even in the swirl of the crowd, holding him in your arms feels surprisingly tender. What if we weren't working together? If I'd come here as his real +1? What are you thinking? He'd never. Ooh, drama alert on your right. As you pivot through another step of the dance, you spot Andy and Taylor, but Taylor isn't who Andy is speaking to. If you ever need some new headshots, I offer discounts to friends. And I'd be happy to, come out to L.A. Andy still looks a bit green. He swallows hard as the woman he's addressing takes a step away from him. No offense, but I prefer to get my headshots from people who don't look ready to hurl on whatever I'm wearing. The woman swirls away, leaving just Andy and Taylor, who is glaring at him. Were you flirting with her? Were you thinking of headshots like I was thinking of headshots? Because that's how we met her. No regrets. I was just networking. That's how this business works, babe. Wow. Andy's already moving on to the next thing. I'm not sure which of them I'm more embarrassed for. I wonder if this kind of networking is how he started doing tabloids years ago. You and Finn give Andy a considering look as the song finally ends. Everyone disperses to grab champagne and catch their breath. Good question, but regardless, I think one of you is definitely handling the night better than the other. I was a nervous wreck the first time I got invited to one of these, and it didn't help that I was there solo. How did you not have a total breakdown? I had to duck out for a breather every 30 minutes. Speaking of which, there's a balcony down the hall with a great view. He nods towards some windows along the wall, through which you can see a hint of a balcony railing. We could sneak out for some fresh air, glass of champagne, decompress away from the crowd. The breather does sound nice, and it would be just the two of us. You know, now that we actually get to look at his suit. Wow. Moving on. How did they even do that? If that was real, what I'm saying. Please get me out of here. Ah, your wish is my command. You lead the way to a nearby door that lets out onto the balcony, and as you go, Finn snacks a bottle of champagne and some glasses from a passing waiter. I'll just take these, thank you very much. You step out into the cool night air. A breeze blows across the Manhattan skyline, making you shiver a little as you lean against the railing. I didn't realize how hot it is in there until we got out here. That's one of the things people never tell you about these big shindigs. So sweaty. Is that why you knew to find this balcony? Was past Finn trapped in the ballroom looking for an escape route? Laughing, he leans against the railing beside you and nods. Oh yeah, my first time was going to one of these. I almost had a panic attack. Really? But you always look so poised. Composure, remember? I've had lots of practice looking like I got it all together when inside I'm freaking out. So, are you just like the rest of us mortals then? Just like a more extensive wardrobe. His expression softens as he gazes out of the glittering skyline. Honestly, if I could skip big parties like this, I would. Seriously? Nodding, he fills 2 champagne glasses from the bottle and hands you one. The most expensive bubbles I've ever tasted. It's the crispiest, lightest champagne you've ever had. Finn takes a sip from his own glass before replying. The glamour is fun, but don't get me wrong. As a designer, I like seeing what everyone wears on a night like tonight or at a Met Gala. But all the glad-handing and politicking gets old fast. I am starting to see what you mean. I thought meeting the creme de la creme of the fashion world would be fun, but after a while, every new face is just another name you have to remember. Yes. And I don't know how you keep everyone straight. I used flashcards for a while. Now I have a very extensive directory in my notes app. And my minor complaints about tonight aside, having you here has massively improved the experience. Yeah, I'm really bad with names. It is my one thing that I'll like remember like everything about a person, but names are like hard unless I like know them and speak to them on a frequent daily basis or something. Your pulse leaps just as you catch notes of a slower song drifting out from the nearby ballroom. Finn sets his glass aside and holds out a hand. Could I interest you in one last, less crowded dance? One more dance? I'd love that. You take his hand, feeling the calluses against the skin of your palm. And I'll do my best not to step on your toes. I'd forgive you if you did, but these shoes are real leather, so if you can avoid it. Laughing, you start to sway to the music together. Inside, this was just what people do at their galas, part of acting like you belong in a strange, glamorous new world, but alone on this balcony with Finn. It is something entirely different. Your bodies glide slowly to the music, moving in perfect sync. Have you always been this good at dancing, or did you take lessons when you started getting gala invites? Yes, and yes. I took a few ballroom lessons before my first time going to an official soiree, but I have also been obsessively watching the Dancing with the Stars for years. I bet your living room dances are way more graceful than mine. Debatable. I'll show you my moves. He twirls you away from him, then reels you back in and catches you with a wink. If you show me yours. Sure, I'll dip him. As the music inside swells, you brace one hand at the small of his back, grasp his hand, and bend him back into a graceful dip. Both of you hang suspended there, your bodies pressed close together, hanging halfway between the tiles at your feet and the glittering city around you. I like a woman who's not afraid to take the lead. I'm not finished yet. You straighten, pulling him up with you in an elegant spin so his chest is pressed to yours. The warmth of him is a palpable contrast to the cool air. And for a moment you just smile at each other, breathless. Does this make this dance off a tie? Easily, but I'd be open to a rematch at a later date. The song begins to end, and Finn glances through the nearest window with a sigh. Right now, though, we should probably get back to our peers. Right. But the thought of this moment ending makes your chest ache, even as you open the balcony doors. This was supposed to be just an alliance to ruin Andy's life, so why does part of me want it to be something more? There's no way he'd want that. Is there? The question lingers in your mind as the gala winds down, but there's one thing you do feel sure of. Lee, here's my agent's number. He might ping you about this feature Sasha wants me to do next month. Yes, let's have him get in touch with Lee. She's going places at Flair. I think I did great at the gala thing. Yes, you did. Were you going to leave without me? You know, for once we actually get to watch the soap opera unfold in front of us, instead of being involved in it. And then the night gets even better. Near the hall's double doors, Taylor's glaring at Andy, her voice rapidly rising. I just got an invite to an after party. If it was any good, I would have texted you. Would you? Or would you have just left me hanging like you did this whole damn night? She glances around the crowd and points right at you and Finn. That's what a date looks like, Andy. I'm being ignored while you flirt with some other woman next to a salad. I can make it up to you, babe. Let's just take tonight to cool off. And do not tell me to cool off. And you know what? Lose your key to my apartment. We're done, Andy. Holy. What? You can't. Break up with you? I just did. Before Andy can say another word, Taylor storms out of the room. Ooh, drama much? Sorry about my girlfriend's outburst, everyone. She must have had too much to drink. Instead of rushing after Taylor, Andy stays to do damage control, which leaves you with an opening. Taylor. You and Finn race after her. She's huddled in one of the alcoves in the entry hall, her cheeks streaked with angry tears. What do you want? Come to gloat about how this is what I deserve? I mean... Be the better person, Locum. Be the better person. Actually, I wanted to see if you were okay. As totally okay as I look, but it's what I deserve. You said it, I didn't. I should have known that a-hole was a disaster ages ago. I mean, yeah, like when he got with you so he could cheat on me. Not just that, he does this work on the side for some tabloids, gross paparazzi stuff, celeb chasing. Wait, he does work for tabloids as in present tense? Yeah, that's half of why he wanted to get good in Flair. When celebrities come through for shoots and stuff, he can peek at their schedules, get exclusive pics, or leak photos. So he's using his work to feed blood to the sharks and make an extra buck on the side, all under Sasha's nose. You and Finn share a look of triumph. Yeah, we're about to get him fired for that. Oh, he is going down. Yeah, no, Sasha will fire him for that. Basically, like, you are literally inferiorly using something that's supposed to be on the up and up to... If word got out that you were doing things to celebs, and they thought it was just the paparazzi, not the legitimate art organization that they're working with or for. Oh. But that unfortunately is a real life thing, actually. Do keep that in mind. A lot of things that happen to celebs are actually things that are leaked by people who are very close to them, and they never suspect. So, without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you did enjoy the content. Be greatly appreciated. It is a way of, hey, look, this channel does exist. You should really check it out. So aside from that, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section about this book, this chapter. But aside from that, I've got plenty of other work to do involving more choices. And yes, for those of you who are involved in RC as well, yes, I will be covering RC as well. So, once again, thanks for watching. Catch y'all later. Peace out.